I think it's the players that you can keep on the field the most probably give you the best chance to win. So, and that's probably what they're trying to do is keep their guys healthy. And I think every team in the big leagues with their set of circumstances is trying to figure out a way to keep their best players on the field night in, night out. It's a very smart organization. They're living this right now. So they probably have a pretty good idea as to what to do.
Over the past 3 weeks, Sir Anthony Dominguez has been utterly dominant. What do you think has gone into him being so good over the past couple of weeks?
Well, he's got a great track record. I mean, this is a guy that's pitched some huge innings in postseasons in the past. I think specifically for me, we've talked about it's probably that split finger pitch, right? Credit to our pitching department and Sir Anthony for making the addition, and there's a lot of confidence there right now. He wants the ball. We want to give him the ball, so we're really excited where he's at right now.
For most of his career, he's been a guy that obviously is going to be a lot better against righties than lefties before he had that split. And even here, he was really used against righty pockets. Do you feel more comfortable now using him in situations, even if there are a couple lefties in there, because of that pitch?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's one of our better guys right now against both right and left here recently. So, the industry likes neutral relievers right now because of the 3-batter minimum, and then the way the lineups are structured. There's so many right, left, right, switch, just mixed lineups right now in the game. So, as a reliever, if you have the ability to get both sides out, you're going to create a lot of value for yourself and for the team that you're pitching for, and that's what we're seeing with Sir Anthony right now.
Is that something you like about your bullpen right now? You do have a good amount of platoon neutral guys, Baker, Aiken, a couple of others as well.
Yeah, throwing Sir Anthony in that mix. Yeah, we got a few more than we did than it felt like when we started the year. So trending in the right direction there, no doubt.
I have a basic question, probably your regulars, but what's been the key to you guys playing better in the last few weeks? What things have caught your eye about why it's turned around a little bit?
Yeah, we're pitching. We're throwing the ball good. I think it kind of starts there. I think anytime you pitch, it kind of makes the defense better. And then, if you're in the game, it gives the offense some better bats to take. It's hard to hit in a game when you're chasing 6 in the third. There's not a lot of pressure on the opposing pitcher. So if you're just to pick one thing, and I think there's probably multiple things, but if I were to pick one, I think it just kind of starts with the starting pitch in the bullpen.
Another batch of all-star voting came out today. Ryan O'Hearn leads designated hitters in the American League. Jackson second among second basemen. Just how cool is that for you to be able to see?
Yeah, for Ryan, I'll start there. We know the story, kind of came back from the dead a little bit out of the Kansas City situation. Blue-collar guy, and he's not a DH. Put that on record. He's playing a lot of right field and first base and doing a really good job for it. And giving us a lot of value in doing it and helping us out right now. So just really happy for Ryan in his story. And then obviously Jackson, just to kind of see what he went through last year. Very unfair in a lot of ways that he was kind of judged off 40 bats, 50 bats nationally. I'm not just talking about, anything specific to, anywhere else other than the national media, the national audience, fans kind of killed this kid after 40 bats last year. And it was just crazy, a 20-year-old. And just the way they judge him. And, he gets another shot. Here he is, becoming one of the really good players in the game right now, and I think you'll look up here in a couple of years and he might be one of the best players in the game.
When you see, you mentioned Jackson in last year, when you see a media reaction like that, the national media reaction, does that kind of make you, at the time, laugh? Does it make you angry at maybe how absurd it is to judge a 20-year-old off of such a small sample size?
Yeah, I think it's silly. I think any type of young kid, especially with the gap between AAA and the big leagues right now, I think it's silly to judge anybody too soon. So, Jackson's not the only person that's happened to here in the industry. I think it just kind of goes back to understanding that it takes time for players, and the reality is Jackson and the Kobe's and the Gunners and some of these really young guys in the game, they're probably going to be a lot better when they're 25 and 26 than they are 20 and 21.